Now, the proposed affordable housing regulations have sparked outrage among Kenyan workers who accuse the government of dishonesty and sneaking in self-serving amendments to the housing levy. The Central Organization of Trade Unions, COTU, warns that these recently adopted regulations could divert billions of shillings away from housing projects towards unrelated initiatives. As Mary Moki reports, this controversy unfolds on the same day the president announced that 20% of all affordable housing projects will be reserved exclusively for members of the disciplined forces.
And we are not only using that housing levy kujenga hiyo affordable housing. We are using it to build the markets. We have now 260 markets going on in Kenya.
Those remarks by President William Ruto last week were the first indication that funds from the housing levy might be used for purposes other than affordable housing projects. President Ruto has drawn the ire of many Kenyans who were now accusing the government of contravening the Affordable Housing Act of 2024. The act clearly states that the Affordable Housing Fund should be used to finance, among other things, the design, development and maintenance of affordable housing and its associated social and physical infrastructure. Under the amended affordable housing regulations, housing levy funds may now be utilized to construct health facilities, pre-primary education centers, basic education centers, fire stations, police posts, social halls, markets and open spaces. Stakeholders argue all these fall outside the scope of what Kenyan workers were promised when this levy was introduced, but the president maintains the project is all about providing jobs.
This housing plan is not so much about the houses. No. This affordable housing plan is more about the jobs for young people than the houses.
The Central Organization of Trade Unions, COTU, has strongly condemned the regulations already passed by the National Assembly but awaiting ratification by the Attorney General, arguing that they will introduce a loophole that could see housing levy funds channeled into projects outside its core mandate. This comes even as President William Ruto on Tuesday announced that a quarter of all affordable housing projects countrywide will be reserved for the disciplined forces, a move that will bring into question the apparent preferential treatment for a certain class of workers to the disadvantage of other cadres of workers who equally contribute to the fund.
20% of whole housing units being developed under affordable housing across the country will be ring-fenced for members of our disciplined forces from the military, the National Police Service, the Kenya prisons, and the National Youth Service.
COTU maintains that no meaningful public participation involving Kenyan workers, including COTU itself, was conducted before Parliament adopted the regulations. The union has called on President Ruto to intervene urgently and safeguard the purpose and integrity of the housing levy. Mary Moki, Citizen TV.